Hey everyone, Creepy here. So today we're going to be covering a YouTuber that goes by the name of Nicholas. As you could probably tell, yes, he does have Nicholas II of Russia as his profile picture, and he uses it as his avatar within the video. I usually don't say this, but I want to make sure that people don't go out of the way to harass this person because this person is very brand new to YouTube, so don't go out of your way to do anything to this person.
Hey, so I've been noticing within the past year or so, the commentary videos, they've been getting political. We all know that. And most people within the CC, pretty left-leaning. That's just expected from that kind of community. And I've been a viewer for a long time, and a lot of these videos have been kind of annoying, so I just decided to throw my hat in the ring as somewhat of a right-wing voice, if you want to call it that. So that's basically what this video is about. It's my first video, so probably not that high quality. But not to waste any of you guys' time, this is a guy we'll be covering. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name. Hopefully someone in the comments will tell me. If anybody watches this video, that is, which is very unlikely.
Well, since you asked for the pronunciation of this word, it's the Ephraimentator, also known as Ephraim for short.
But anyways, he made a video about the Ben Shapiro rap with Tom McDonald. And I'll just say this right off the bat, this video actually isn't political at all.
What's the point of bringing up that a community has gotten more political if you're just going to cover a video that's not even political to begin with, by your standards? Personally, I might say it's political basically because he's covering a political rap, and I think that is political, but by your standards, you're saying that it's not political, so why bring up the fact that the community has gotten more political?
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls.
I just want to point out how you begin this rap by saying you're controversial, and then you say something that 65% of Americans agree with, meaning a large chunk of the majority are on your side.
This is a pretty dumb take. Just because an opinion is the majority doesn't mean the opinion isn't controversial. In 2020, the majority of people voted for Joe Biden. That doesn't mean that supporting Joe Biden isn't controversial. In fact, it's so controversial in the West to say that there are two genders that they literally are making laws to make it illegal to say that in countries like Canada and other places in Western Europe.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
If you're going to make a humongous claim like this, you better have at least a single reliable source to back up this claim.
No city actually defunded their police force. In fact, the amount of funding police have gotten over the past couple of years has gone up.
This is just such a fucking nerd emoji thing to say. Even if the police didn't actually get defunded, it doesn't change the fact that they wanted it to get defunded and were actively fighting to get them defunded.
Well, Mr. McDonald made the claim that people defunded the police, something that is not true, so Ephraim is correct in stating that it's not true. Just because some people wanted the police to be defunded does not mean that it was defunded. You are admitting that Ephraim is right, but said, oh, well, some people wanted it. That doesn't matter because that's not the claim that was being addressed.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Liz, so my pockets are fat.
You see, the joke is that he referenced somebody who is widely seen as overweight and pointed out the fact that they're overweight. Really, Ben? You couldn't think of a single better zinger than that?
Widely seen as fat? I want to know what your definition of fat is, because Lizzo's pretty fucking fat. In every metric that you can measure, she's fat. I don't know why you added that in there.
You're missing the point that Ephraim is making. All he's saying is that it's not very original. Like, it's not an original joke at all. People make that joke all the time.
Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs. Look at my charts.
Ben says while holding neither a graph nor a chart. Seriously, they couldn't even get a prop?
I mean, come on, do I even have to say anything? This is just straight up nerd emoji behavior.
Yes, you do have to explain why that's a bad thing. Personally, I believe it's valid to want someone who's saying that they have charts and graphs to show at least a visual of a chart or graph. Like production-wise, personally, I think, yeah, if you're going to say, oh, I have these things, you better have them.
You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You going to prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a billboard #1.
police clap.
Did Ben actually say anything in this verse outside of that he thinks the people who dislike him are stupid? All while, of course, proclaiming himself epic and asking for this to be a Billboard #1, which, okay, what would that actually accomplish in the end? What was even the point of having Shapiro in this rap in the first place? Seriously, he didn't actually add anything other than he thinks he's cool, which doesn't really add anything to the piece I'm listening to.
Do you remember at the beginning when I said this guy doesn't listen to rap? Well, now it's plain fucking obvious. Because he doesn't understand that like 90% of rap songs are just meant to gas yourself up.
Just because a lot of other raps have something doesn't actually mean you can't criticize that thing. Just because it's popular does not mean you can't just say, oh, I don't like it, or criticize it at all. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe, and Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.